When was the last side quest? What did we do?
Oh, I picked up that thing and it fucked me up.
I remember specifically only that. Everything else surrounding us is a blur.
Well, you get to keep not remembering because we're doing main quests.
Oh, yeah.
Right. What do we do then?
So, Okinos, would you like to tell us what happened in the last session?
Yeah. Let's see what my notes say. Was it says we search for werewolf to escape, and then we were looking for a ship guy to get us to help us remove the werewolves. His name was Johan, and he has the ship called the Spicy Wave. And we left off on the way to go find him to talk to him.
Yeah, pretty much. You did a little thing called diplomacy with Lucius. Made a deal to help them escape. And you're eyeing the mountains of Grimhold or around Grimhold as a potential location for them.
My notes for the session that I kicked the door in just say I do big no-no, Breb in gold.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, so we come back to all of you having just left the Misty Step. You talked to Alex, and she pointed you in the direction of Captain Johan, and implied that he would be a good choice for discreetly extracting the Lycans from Coven Springs at a somewhat steep cost of gold.
It happens.
Yeah, so y'all have just left and you're on your way to the harbor.
It was 150 gold.
Her estimate was 150 or 100 or something like that.
Okay, we're gonna have to roll for charisma because I'm broke.
Maybe.
Can we pickpocket the balloons?
The party balloons?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no, but I'm sure they'll pitch in eventually. Hopefully, maybe. So yeah, you guys are you going straight to the harbor? Any pit stops?
I don't think I need anything.
Okay.
At the moment.
Fantastic.
Honestly, we didn't do much fighting.
No, it was very, very talking and negotiation heavy. Yeah, so you guys head on over to the harbor. It is, by this point, you were able to at least rest a little bit. You came out of the sewers in like the very, very early morning, and you were able to rest. You got back to the lab, you rested, so you probably leave the Misty Step around noon-ish. So as you all leave the Misty Step and you head on to the harbor, it's a kind of overcast day in Coven Springs. Not quite raining, but you can smell it in the air that there's a nice storm coming.
A storm?
Nice storm is on the way. You can feel it in your bones.
In me bones.
But yeah, the walk over to the harbor is fairly uneventful. As you get there, an hour or two later, despite the weather, it's still hustle and bustle. People are going about their business. You have ships coming in, selling their catch of the day. You have ships going out for who knows what. And this is the main harbor of the city. So this is the storm docks. if you recall the storm dock.
Oh, okay.
Well, you've never been to the storm docks, but the storm docks is the main harbor, and then Rat Crown has its own smaller harbor.
Okay.
It says you get to the storm docks, and Zundor, as you might recall from one of the earlier sessions when you were talking to a man with a similar self-made pottery mug, he told you that there's a certain street on the storm docks where Junjun works, and you at some point you definitely can see it off in the distance. It's a street that like goes down underground and then comes up, and you now kind of know where that is. You just happen to pass by it, but
Nice.
more urgent matters are at hand. So yes, you get to the storm docks, and there you see there are a bunch of birthed, B-E-R, birthed ships.
My God, I was
And-
like, no way! Someone's just popping them out right there.
Lots of birthed ships with their captains looking for crew members or preparing to set off, who knows what. So, you're all standing here, staring out at the harbor. What are you gonna do?
I guess look for Johan.
Is there like maybe like a log keeper, quartermaster or something? Some kind of like desk that looks important?
What about a
As
half-master?
as a wannabe pirate king, you are no doubt familiar with how harbors work.
Wannabe.
And so you
What?
would know that there is indeed a dockmaster who would most likely be able to point you in the right direction. If you were to look for someone who might fit the bill, there is a more well-dressed person walking along the docks with a large tome in their hand, and they seem to be like checking it, talking to captains, checking it, so on and so forth.
Oh. Do my eyes deceive me? This man looks important.
Yes, he is very out of place,
Yeah, let's go
considering
talk to-
the sailors and whatnot walking around.
Let's go talk.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
He's like looking down at his tome and writing something. Goes, glasses. Yes, may I help you?
We're looking for a certain ship captain known by the name of Johan.
Yes, indeed. Are you sailors looking for a job? What is your business with him?
We seek charter.
Ah, yes, very well. Johan flips through a few pages. Is docked at berth 4C, which will be just over that way. And he points in a direction.
He pointed to your bedroom.
Yeah, he's in there.
Okay.
I don't want to go.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, of course, of course. And he completely ignores you after that and goes on his way, doing his job.
Fantastic.
Just like my...
Mother.
I guess let's go head
4C.
over to the... You said 4C?
4C.
Yeah,
Or skin.
let's head that way. Hey, yo.
Yeah, so he points in a direction, and you can, as you start walking that direction, you can see that there are little signposts that have numbers and letters on them. It looks like, based on your estimation, there are probably 100 docking areas
Oh
here.
my God.
Jeez.
And yeah, it's a very big harbor. And he points you in the one direction. You follow for a while.
Okay.
Where you guys are right now, it's like you're near dock like 20.
Oh.
So it's very easy to follow it down until you get to like the 4s. And when you get there, you see there's a few different ships at a few different berths. There's standard fishing ships, massive cargo galleons, and all sorts of sizes and uses of ships. And as you approach the foredock, and you go up it. You see that there seems to be a variety of docks ranging from A to maybe 10 or 15 per a dock. So after just, 3 spots up, you can see Dock 4C. And then Dock at 4C is a nice little mid-sized, I don't know ship designations, so we're going to say a
Sedan.
man of war. Man of war, a converted one, we would assume. Again, Okinos being from a seafaring town area that you really appreciate the name of.
Yeah.
You recognize that this is whatever this world's equivalent of a man of war is, but it is a decent sized ship, and you know that it is a bit of a so it's like a kind of like a 3-deck ship. Could easily house the number of Lycans that you wish to extract, and you can see that where there used to be a heavily armed ship with tons of cannons, it has been converted into a more lightly armed ship that seems to be more cargo based now. You hear a bunch of shouting on board of, put X here, put Y there, people getting angry at someone for dropping some shit. There are boxes being carried both on and off of it. And you see on the side, in sea-weathered font, the Spicy Wave.
Hell yeah.
With a bunch of accents above the letters. Various letters.
Of
Gotta
course.
make it spicy.
Do we just go on it? Or
No, we
is there-
probably look
is that
for the
rude?
guy in charge.
Do you knock
no?
before you enter?
It's
Yeah.
just knock on the deck, the dock in front of it. No, so outside you can see one guy who seems to be directing people going on and off the ship, and it would certainly seem that this dude might be at least somewhat knowledgeable about what's going on.
See what's up. Hey, buddy. Hey, pal. Hey, guy.
He's like, he has his own little notebook, and he goes, okay, put that one in Bay 4, this one in Bay 6, deliver this one to Dock 5, and as you approach him, he goes, yes, can I help you? Please, make it quick if you don't mind.
We're looking for Captain Johan.
Well, the captain's very busy, so you'll have to deal with me. What do you want? What do you need?
We wanted to charter the ship, potentially for a trip.
Okay. Are you merchants? Are you delivering something? What? You just looking for a cruise? What are you here for?
I guess you could say we're moving cargo, but it's a discreet matter. That we most likely need to talk to the captain.
Yes, well, as I said, the captain's very busy. Typical fare is 500 gold pieces per a trip, one way. And if those seem reasonable to you, then you can schedule something with the quartermaster, the dockmaster. And
We
is
have
there anything
a
else?
recommendation from Alex, the tavern owner at the Misty Step.
He, outside of his first initial glance at Okinos, he had not looked up from his book, and as you mention the letter, he stops, and he looks at you, and he goes, I see. Then perhaps the captain will have time for you. Come, follow me. Closes his book, puts it in his belt, and gestures up the gangplank as he starts walking up to the ship.
I hope I don't get any misfortune as I walk up this gangplank.
I don't know if that's the right term of a. I know what a gangplank is, but I don't know if it's actually the same plank or a board that connects the dock to the ship. But we're gonna call it that.
It's the ramp.
Yeah,
That one thing.
That one thing, yeah. So I assume you all follow him up to
Yeah.
the ship. He brings you up. As you get on top, you can see a variety of different sailors cleaning, taking things below deck, bringing things above deck. As you kind of walk past, no one really gives you a passing glance. They're all doing their jobs. And he guides you into towards the captain's quarters. Just below, the deck of the ship, and then there are stairs on either side that go up to a raised level where you see the ship steering wheel. And then beneath it are some nice oak doors that you can assume lead into the captain's quarters. He walks up, knock knock, and says, "Captain, we might have some new clients." And you hear some rustling from inside, as I wish I could do accents, but I cannot. So the best thing I can tell you is I want you to imagine as if I was talking with like a really thick German accent,
Oh.
but I can't do it, so I'm not going to try. As from inside of here, "Yes, very well. Let them in." So the person, who you could probably assume is the first mate, opens the door and gestures you in. Inside, you can see mostly standard looking, well, to Okinos, a standard looking captain's quarters. A bit messy, but charts are laid out all over the place. There are scrolls stacked in shelves on the walls, tomes everywhere, lots of planning, navigational charts, random treasures or knickknacks, and so on and so forth. A very unmade bed in the corner.
Like me.
So behind, in the center of the room, or towards the rear, there's a big desk which has these maps on it, and you can see behind it a very grisly looking, unkempt, scruffy man with a nice weathered tricorn hat, salt and pepper beard and mustache, kind of looks up and goes, "So, who are you and how can I help you?"
Take it away, Valerie.
I want to hand him the letter from Alex.
He,
And then I'm gonna say, we're just a few adventurers who are trying to help this city, and we were told to come to you in hopes of being able to utilize your services.
He takes the letter and kind of, it's got a wax seal on it, snips it open and starts reading it. And he goes, "So, she finally called in that favor." Holds it up, puts it in his pocket, and goes, "So, what's the cargo? Where are we going? How urgent is it?"
Werewolves, and we need to make them go over their wolves.
Where to put them wolves?
He looks at you and goes, "Yeah, very funny. So, what's the cargo?"
Werewolf. Lycans. Like them or not them, they're werewolves, and we need to move them.
He looks completely just like
No.
no idea what to
Like
say,
Overnoms.
and he's just like,
Jesus Christ.
"So, corpses? Are these statues?
Oh,
Werewolves.
Werewolves?"
Yes. Ooh, rawr, werewolves.
Stop it, Chinley! You're scaring him.
He's like, kind of sits back and rubs his eyes and goes, "You want me to bring werewolves somewhere?
Yes.
Like actual werewolves?"
Yes. See, the thing is, we're trying to get
He-
them out of the city.
As you're talking, he brings out the note again and is like flipping it back and forth, looking for its authenticity. It's like,
If you're worried about the wet dog smell, we can get some candles.
"Son, have you ever actually been on a long haul voyage with sailors? A wet dog
No.
smell would be delightful.
Oh no.
So, I will... Oh, what's the word? let me humor you. You want me to bring werewolves somewhere. Like,
Yep.
the vicious beast werewolves.
Yep.
From here and go.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and they're very nice.
We were told
Oh,
you were
nice.
the man for the job.
Nice werewolves.
Yes.
Oh, that makes it so much clearer. And, how much are you intending to pay for this?
That's a good question.
What are you looking for?
I assume that Alex would not have sent you here without some sort of idea of recompense.
She guesstimated 150 gold.
He just like
Plus
a
a pat on the back.
150 for where?
It'll be saving
We are
the
so
city.
done after this.
No, I'm sorry.
I don't care about you, Alex. Me and Alex, we're done. Our deal is finished.
They're breaking up.
Rip.
They're dating.
So you're not pulling my leg. Werewolves.
Yes, werewolves. There's a colony of them living under the city, and the recent surge in attacks has been because the church is refusing to help them. So we're trying to move them somewhere else because the church refuses to assist them.
That's why they're werewolves.
They're werewolves because I've never seen them, so I don't know where they are.
Well, they're their wolf.
Werewolves.
I thought they're going somewhere, so they're wolf.
Yes.
But I'm wondering,
Oh.
werewolf.
Oh.
Werewolf.
It's like them or not. Oh god. Essentially, we have like a passage to their hideout that is in a discreet location, but it would take a skilled navigator to get through it. Hence, us coming to you.
You can see that his ego is a little tickled from this. He looks and he goes, I did not expect this to be how my day goes. I am a simple cargo merchant, cargo hauler, which cargo, yes, legal cargo is what I deal with. And you're telling me that on the recommendation of Alex, you have come to me with the desire to extract a colony of Lycans from within the city to their wolves.
It wouldn't be
Yes.
the whole colony. It's just about 50 of them.
50 werewolves. And
Yes.
I am almost scared to ask, why is it only 50 and not an entire colony if there's a colony who lives here?
Because some of them are able to, they're very, because.
Some of them are human enough to just leave safely.
So, I'm responsible for the ones who cannot leave safely.
That was the intention, yes.
I see.
They will be in care of other Lycans who can assist in controlling them, who do have that experience.
Controlling them. So
Yes.
they do not have control themselves.
Well, it's like dogs near water. What if they want to go swimming or something? You know, they may need a handler there to.
Oh,
keep
if they see a
everything
fish in the
check.
water, they're just gonna jump in? That's the
I
concern?
don't know. I'm not a werewolf expert.
Really? Are you sure? Because
I'm
it...
positive.
Okay. Again, let me humor you. And he scrounges through his desk and brings out a map and says, show me the plan.
Where did we decide to go? Let me look at the map.
I have in my Well, hopefully one of you wrote it down. But if you did not, then I can tell you what.
I know
Sorry.
where it was. I just don't remember what it's called. There it is. We were going to take them to a cave or something near Grimhold.
He kind of looks at it and goes, "Wait, does anyone else have, or is that a cave near Grimhold?"
Or just an area in Grimhold.
The mountains, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what we decided?
Yeah.
I didn't write that part down.
Yeah, in the
we're just
library we learned about Grimhold, that it would be a good environment for them.
Okay. He looks at the map and goes, "That's easy enough. And where are they coming from? Are they coming to the dock? I can't imagine they're coming through the harbor."
Do we have like a map of town?
Yeah. Yeah, the map
then-
on the map of Coven Springs you have.
Oh yeah,
It
then
would
I'm gonna show them that
be
point near the back of
Rat
Rat Crown.
Crown.
There's like a little cave entrance here that's covered that would lead them right outside the city.
Yes. So he kind of looks at it to where you point. So the area that the cave is one of those places that's hidden in plain sight. So it's surprisingly not actually that far from the harbor, but there's like an area where the cliffside kind of goes in and forms a cave, and there's like goes in and like has a little twist and turn so that when you're looking straight at it you can't see the cave, but it's there. And so he pointed it and he goes, "Oh, now I see why Alex sent you to me. That is not an easy passage to make." So he looks at you and he goes, "And she said that I would do it for how much gold exactly?"
150.
"I see.
Give or take.
Make it 250 and you have a deal."
How much money do I have?
I have 59 gold.
What? Oh, it's a deal.
Do we have enough for
Okay.
that?
I will get the rest from Alex, because that is not nearly enough.
By the way, we do need to keep this like very secretive. Not that we don't trust you. We've heard that you're exceptionally good at transporting cargo and keeping it on the down low. So
Yes, that is my specialty. I'm sure Alex told you as much. Is there a time frame? Is there any sort of plan that I should be aware of? Is this happening tonight, tomorrow night, a month from now?
well, we'll have to go
now-
speak with the Lycans about it because we had to be sure we could even get the transportation. So if you have a time that works best for you, we can arrange it with them, seeing as how they're not going anywhere anytime soon very quickly.
And obviously, the full moon is not ideal.
What? He like pauses and is like, "Oh, fuck me." "Well, I will be stationed in Coven Springs for the next 2 weeks. So until then, you can find me here."
Okay.
Just think about it. You're finally gonna solve the mystery of werewolf. Airwolf, you put them there.
I can honestly say I have never been curious about either where or there the wolf is.
Well, you solved it anyway.
Nor have I cared about liking them or not.
Okay, we
Comedy.
will return when we have more information.
Yes.
I'll be here.
Thank you.
I'll bring the candles too.
As you turn to walk away, you just hear muttering, "Fucking Alex, God."
See, if that was me, I definitely would have done it just to see the werewolf.
There will. I guess we're off to the werewolves. Over there, wolves.
The Lycum, the Lycum house, or not, I guess.
So, yes, as you set off from the harbor, once again pass the harbor master doing his thing, and the journey back to Rat Crown. So you have to walk through the storm docks into the Spice Mire, which is just another section of Coven Springs, through High Tower onto the bridge that goes to Rat Crown. You all are able to admire in the almost dead center of Coven Springs is what you have heard is the Castle Sin, which is the city keep, pretty much. It is a massive, almost, I want to say, a cathedral-like fortress that rises above the surrounding city. You know, this is where the government of Coven Springs is. That's kind of the capital. Coven Springs.
Rat house.
What?
Rat house.
Rat house.
Rat house?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you see it towering above as you walk through High Tower, which is the rich, noble area, essentially. There's a few streets that just go like straight to Castle Sin. And here you guys notice every once in a while you'll see those red armored knights walking around doing their thing. But again, the journey is pretty uneventful. Still just very gloomy weather as we get further into the day. You get to Rat Crown. You're able to easily sneak your way around the academy walls to that secret path that leads down into the sewers, back down to Lucius's area. And as you enter, there you see what you assume to be one of his generals, Greytooth, is kind of just walking around. He sees and goes, "Argh. He's in his room," and points you back in the direction of where this fateful negotiation took place.
All right. I'm going to go right over to Lucius.
Yep. He is hunched over his broken down desk looking at papers as you enter.
We've procured a ship, a means of getting you guys out of here. Let's discuss timing and plans.
Stands up and turns around, looks at you and goes, "Well, that was faster than I expected. What exactly, what's the ship? Does any time work? I mean..."
We have a 2-week window, but the sooner the better.
Very well.
And he's a very experienced transporter of things of the more secretive nature, from what we've gathered.
Well, I certainly cannot complain about that. So, we can be ready as soon as, I would say, tomorrow night. We've already been working on getting things packed, not that we have much, getting our feral brethren prepared and ready to transport. Yeah, I think tomorrow night is probably a good bet.
All right, and we have it arranged that the feral ones will travel with keepers on the ship, and those of you who are able to control the switching between your forms are able to make the journey on foot. And through our research, we've discovered that the checks notes. Was it Grimhold? Grimhold would be the safest
Yes.
spot. It's a place in the mountains. It's uninhabited by people because they've heard stories that it's too dangerous to go there. And while there are some dangerous creatures, nothing outside something a werewolf couldn't handle.
Okay, so the Mountains of Grimhold?
Yes.
Sounds good. I think that's a reasonable plan. Desolate Mountains, cannot complain about that. I would sure hope that a group of nigh immortal shapeshifters would be able to stay safe there, even if there are monsters there. I truly cannot even begin to express my gratitude for what you were doing for my people. We don't have a lot of friends in this city. And those that we thought we had, well, here we are.
The church still doesn't make sense.
That's a problem for another day.
Indeed.
Okay. Then hopefully if the one day is short as a long enough notice, but even if it's not, we will be ready by tomorrow night, and then whenever it can happen, it'll happen.
All
Do
right,
you foresee any other potential issues we might need to prepare for that we haven't thought of?
He looks down at the notes on his table and goes, well, I can't say for certain, but the Ratkin have been exceptionally problematic lately, with us moving a large amount of things, people, and just a large amount of moving. There's a chance that it could upset them. So I would be prepared for the possibility of ambushes from below.
Ooh. Plus, if the werewolves are gone, the Ratkin have no, actual, deterrent to coming up. Outside of, the obvious city guards, but I don't think the city really knows they're down here much.
Fresh air and bright lights. That's probably enough to deter them.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
Put some
candles.
scented candles up.
Candles. Candles solve all issues.
yeah. I'll be honest. We didn't even know they were down here when we started to gather together. It's only been in the past month or so that they started to show themselves. I don't know if maybe some of us went down too deep looking for resources, or if our noise bothered them, but they've been down here for God knows how long. So I don't know if you have anything to worry about once we're gone.
We're good then. Very well. We shall prepare for tomorrow.
Very good. In that case, we will do the same.
Good day, and we will go relay that info to Captain Johan.
Phenomenal. So you leave back the way that you came. By this point, it's getting to be probably, late afternoon as you make your way back to the storm docks. It has started to rain slightly, so now you have a nice misty, showering day.
I have a misty step.
Yep, it's, as you step along, it is quite misty. One could say that you are having a multitude of misty steps.
Nice.
But it would not be me saying such a thing.
I thought it.
So, as you arrive back at the storm docks, surprise, surprise, the spicy wave has not moved at all. But you do see that it seems like they have pretty much finished unloading and loading cargo. So the ramp is still there. You still have sailors coming and going. Presumably they're, enjoying their free time. And the first mate that you initially met looks at you and goes, well, if you need him, the captain's in his quarters.
Thank you, sir. We're
Of
gonna walk over
course.
there.
What was
The
that?
captain.
We're gonna walk over there.
As you go up the plank back, the ramp back to the ship, you know your way. It's a ship. It's not that complicated. And the oak doors to his quarters are once again closed. If I presume you are going to knock.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. You hear the same grizzled voice go, yes, yes, come in.
I
We
walk
go
in.
All right, you open the doors and walk in. He looks and he goes, oh, God. So, is there a plan?
There is indeed.
Go on.
Currently, they're preparing for tomorrow. But if that's too soon, they will be on standby for the remaining time.
Ah, okay, good. I would love to get this over sooner rather than later. Tomorrow would be doable.
Awesome. I can't foresee any other possible issues. Could there be anything that we had not thought of that might cause problems that you can think of?
Not on our side, no.
Awesome. Then I think we're good to go.
Very well, then I will have my lovely ship in position at the designated cave, let's say midnight.
Very well.
Very good.
We will try to arrive early to handle the organization.
Very well. I will expect payment upon completion.
Fantastic.
Until then. Yeah. Get out of my hair, please. I have planning to do.
Yes, sir.
See you
And then
later.
we leave.
Very good.
Is there a candle store?
A what?
I made a promise. Is there a candle store? I made a promise earlier.
Yeah, I'm sure you could easily find one.
Wait, I'm broke. Never mind.
Okay.
Maybe we could panhandle.
Candles? Or
No,
for
like
money?
panhandle for money. Why would we panhandle for
We're in
candle?
Coven
That would be
Spring-
candle handle.
We're in Coven Springs, not fucking California. It's not Hollywood. It's Rat Crown.
I know if Silver Mist was
go-
here, she could make perfume. I know that's not candles, but it would have been something. At least you could keep your word, somewhat.
Yeah, he probably
Do we
doesn't care
just
anyway.
do we just head back to
Let's
camp?
go check in with Victor. I think.
For sure.
See what he has to say.
So you guys have a little over, 24 hours to kill.
Oh my god.
Next
That's
tomorrow at midnight, you are due to meet the captain, Captain Johan, at the hidden little cave right beneath Rat Crown.
Perfect. Did we actually give Victor the blood last time? Or did we hang on to it? I don't remember.
I don't
I don't think we did.
know, but I know Silver Mist had it.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
If I remember correctly, you did not tell him that you had the blood.
Right.
Okay, then yeah, we will go. Wait, no, we did tell him we had the blood. I think we gave him some of it
No.
for finding a cure.
You
No.
told him that you had a deal to get the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. And then
You
we
did
told
not-
him
But you did
that
not tell him that you
a
had it.
cure would
Yeah.
also solve the issue. Okay, yeah. Let's go check in with him, see what kind of brainstorming he had, and I guess relay that our deal is going well.
And then when are we gonna give it to him?
Probably after we're back. Victor don't seem like the kind of guy to be 100% on your side whenever you've yet to complete your task.
Yeah. We'll hold off for now.
Okay, so off to the lab.
Yep.
Yes.
Fantastic. So as you head off to the lab, you pass through. As you pass through Spicemire, Spicemire is a bit of a both residential and business area, and it is also home to the main church of Eldath in Coven Springs. You have passed it a few times now. You can see the cathedral spires, a little, not quite towering as high as Castle Sin, but towering over the nearby buildings. And on your way back, on this, as it turns more towards evening, the moon is starting to peek out, and you can see it illuminating the clouds in the sky. Barely. It's still rainy and misty. And as you start to walk by the main church of Eldath, you can see that there are people coming and going, and you can see there are a few people standing outside with torches and what look like kind of picket signs. Not many. Currently, there's like maybe 3 people there, just standing outside with their torches, kind of raising these signs up and down. And you're passing from a little ways away, so you can't quite see what exactly they are most likely complaining about. But you do see that it is happening as you pass by. Do you guys want to do anything about that, or just want to keep going?
I guess we can stop and ask some questions, or just watch from a distance, see what's going on.
At least try and read the picket signs, but before we do that, I'm going to quickly and stealthily take off my belt that has the symbol of Eldath on it and just tuck it into my pocket.
Very good. So you kind of have to head down a street that leads to it. As you get closer, you can see that there's a few the people with the signs are very downtrodden looking. They're a bit of raggedy clothing. As they're kind of walking around shouting about something, you see that they have I don't want to say they look almost mad. When I say mad, like mad in the head, you can see they have almost like some crazy eyes. And these are just like very rough pieces of broken wood. And it seems like what they're shouting about is essentially, help the poor. Just because, we can't pay doesn't mean we shouldn't get treatment from the help from the church, that kind of thing. So it looks like there's a few poor people who are what's the word? Picketing, I guess, for equal treatment from the church.
Church is capitalist.
And you can see some of the people leaving the church are giving them very disgusting glances. Obviously, the people leaving are much better clothed and look more upkept than the people picketing.
They look like civvies, or are they like church, like
civvies?
Your Sunday best.
Civilians, yeah, Sunday best, pretty much, yeah.
Gotcha. Didn't know it was Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday best, but not on a Sunday.
They're Wednesday afternoon best.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that there's anything for us to do here, but I guess that's worth noting.
We could, I'm curious to know what the picketers mean by treatment. Like, just because they can't pay for treatment doesn't mean they don't deserve it?
I was assuming they were like sick or something? Or do you think the church is purposely letting people get infected with the werewolf to charge them money to get it fixed?
Well, let's ask a picketer what kind of treatment they're seeking out from the church.
Okay.
As curiously and non-confrontationally as possible. I'd like to speak with the picketer.
They got the crazy. Careful.
Protesting, that's what I was looking for.
Protester.
I'm actually being a good DM and writing stuff down. Just give me a second.
Whoa.
Okay. So as you approach, there are 3 people outside. They are all. One of them is yelling at the church, asking why they didn't help. You can see they have their sign that said, respect, just because I'm poor doesn't mean I don't get help, whatever. Not very, nothing like inspirational. It's not like these people know what the fuck they're doing. They're just upset. And as you approach, what are you gonna do?
I will allow you to take the reins here, Shane.
I'll go to the most vocal one, or the one who seems like they're in charge or like representing the group. And I'll go over and say, "Excuse me, don't mean to disturb you. As if you travelers, adventurers, we just like to know what's going on here."
So as you approach, this woman is, kind of speaking loudly, saying it to the church, I came here for many years. Every Sunday, and this is how you treat me. And you approach, saying that, and she goes, what? Who are you? What did you say?
Sorry, we're just a few adventurers. We're not familiar with the city. We're just curious as to what you're protesting here.
So you don't know what these bastards do to us who can't afford the care that they offer?
We're not even familiar with the care that they do offer.
They're a church that, blessings, healing, church things that should be available for everyone that they won't give us. Just because I can't afford to pay 5 gold, my son has gotten incredibly sick.
And they specifically charge for those services?
Yes, if you want healing, you have to give them a donation. If you can't supply a donation, then they don't have time for you.
Has this only been something that started occurring recently?
I can't say. The church changed leaderships about, 6 months ago or so. And ever since then, it seems like this has gotten to be a serious problem. But who else is gonna help? If they won't help, what option do we have?
Who's in charge now?
I don't know, it's some new bishop. He never shows himself. Our old bishop was a sweetheart. He cared for the poor, brought food down to the slums every week. This man I haven't seen in all 6 months.
Have you seen the old bishop at all?
Not since this change occurred. I don't know what happened to him. He just disappeared one day.
Interesting. What was the old bishop's name?
The old bishop was Gregory.
Who's the new one?
Some scumbag named Augustus Way. So I've heard, at least. But oh, sweet Gregory, I don't know where he went, but he would have helped us for sure.
Sorry, I'm just writing notes.
Yeah, I was too.
I just don't understand. The church is supposed to help everyone, not just those who can afford it. It's not my fault that I live in the poor district. With my leg, I can't do manual labor. With my old age, I don't have the hand-eye coordination to work with my hands.
Don't worry, Gorley. We'll get you out of here.
What? Where are we putting her?
I don't know.
What,
Werewolf.
and who are you? Do you work for someone? Like, what is your interest in this?
Mostly just passing curiosity, but I guess we could try and help and see if we can find the old bishop at least.
I mean, that would be delightful, if you can. I have no idea what happened to him. He just disappeared one day. And then Augustus was here. So they say. Like I said, I've never seen the man.
When did you last see Gregory? Or have you heard any rumors of when you last saw him?
Nothing at all. 6 months ago, that's when the leadership changed.
And has the leadership of Coven Springs made any mention of this change in power, the change in services going on?
No, for some reason they haven't. I'm not sure why.
Interesting. Thank you for the info. Can we help you guys out in any way other than that?
I needed someone to heal my son. He was injured working in the mine recently, and his leg, I don't think it has much longer.
I think our healer's an air balloon right now.
Do some healing, you twat.
Oh,
I don't know.
I just do cutting. Sorry.
Like a healing potion, somewhere that you could send us. Do you know anyone who would provide this service? I mean, I can't afford anything. All I can do is pick flowers on the edge of the city. Outside of that, I can't make money. I can't afford anything.
I think we have healing potions we could give her.
I'll give her one of my potions of healing. I think I only have one, so she can have it. And I'll say, in return, when you have the chance and your son is better and you don't have to take care of him anymore, I ask that you pick some flowers and bring them to the lab of Victor Hoy.
I'm sorry, I don't know who that is or where that is.
Do we have a map? I want to point it to her because I want to get flowers for Silver Mist.
yeah, you can absolutely show her, and she goes, "Truly, you, for just that, you'll give me something to help my son?"
Yep.
Thank you.
And
truly,
I'm sorry we can't do much more for you and the other people here now, but we'll do our best and we'll take a look into what's going on here because this seems...
I don't know what's happening to the world when a random passerby is more... they care more about the common man than the church. Thank you, truly.
You're welcome, and I hope your son gets better.
Thank you. She turns to one of the people picketing with her and goes, gives him the healing potion, goes, "Bring this back to Timothy. Have him drink it immediately." Seeming a little emboldened, says, "I must remain here, and, well, I will keep screaming at the church. It's the most I can do."
I'm gonna give her, because I guess I have 3 more potions of healing. I'll give her an extra one, and I'll say, you hold on to this, and if you know anyone else that needs it, you can pass it on.
Oh, I will be sure to bring you the finest flowers I can find, sweetie. Thank you so much. No one has listened to us for days.
This old lady sounds like the kind of old lady that would grab, like, the puffy dandelions to bring you, and then on the walk over, they would float away because she was coming too fast. And she would pull up, and then she would only have flower stems to give you, and she wouldn't even notice.
I really want to say, and if you ever come into money, please dine at the Misty Step. I'm not gonna do that. I guess I do want to go to the Misty Step though and talk to Alex.
Okay.
I want to see if she has any info on this.
We could also just go in and see if the bishop's in there right now. I mean, there's no reason we can't just go in, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If he wanted.
Yeah, the old woman, after thanking you profusely, like I said, emboldened, she just starts really the top of her lungs as best as a little old lady can do, chanting harder and harder about fair treatment for everyone from the church.
Is unfair.
Yeah.
Augustus is in there, standing at the concession. Yeah, let's go. Let's go in there.
Okie
I think
dokie.
I want to see. Maybe if the bishop's not there, we can talk to the church and get their view from it.
Like the building?
Yeah, but they're outside the church, right?
What?
Yeah.
They're outside the church, right? Picketing it?
Yeah. The protesters are outside, like the fence that surrounds the big cathedral.
Yeah, let's try and go in.
Absolutely, yeah. You're absolutely. So the gates are open, so you're able to walk inside into the grounds around the cathedral. And as you approach, you can see that there's a few. It's about, just for distance sake, you're about 200 feet or 75 meters away from the very rough conversion from the main entrance. And as you walk in, you can see that there's three figures standing outside that you can tell that they're kind of looking in your direction. And as you enter the grounds and walk up, they walk into the church far ahead of you. So as you walk up, it's a very ornate cathedral. And how did I say cathedral like that? What the fuck? Cathedral. You walk up, and the doors are open. The cathedral inside, it's a beautiful vaulted main area. Tons of pews, up and down, lining the central area. You can see a few stairways going up, passageways going in and about. And as you approach you're like staying next to the doors, and so you walk forward, a group of clerics walk up to you. Not clerics like the class, but priests, whatever. They walk up to you and go, welcome to the church. Well, the one at the head says, welcome to the Church of Eldath, and what can we do for you today? Very much, the head one, and then lined by other priests, and they're kind of blocking the door. What can we help with you? What can we help you with today?
What's going on outside?
Outside, I assume you were referring to the rabble that you were just speaking with?
Sure.
They are merely upset that they feel that our treatment of them is not fair. However, they have caused us issues in the past, so we no longer deal with them.
And what issues have they caused?
I'm sorry, that is not exactly free knowledge for anyone. That is our private struggles that we don't share with the public.
I see.
Have all of those people contributed to the issue?
Yes, of course, and we try our best. Despite that, we, of course, will make an attempt to help them, but they are no longer allowed on our grounds.
How do you attempt to help them?
We will help them by supplying goods when they require it.
So the ones outside declaring that they need goods, how are you providing them?
Well, we provide as many goods as we can. Unfortunately, we are but one humble church, and the people of Coven Springs are many. We cannot provide for everyone, but we do what we can.
with the donations you collect from your services that prevent these people from seeking help, your pockets are still that tightly lined?
I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to. Are you implying that we accept donations for special treatment?
That's what the protesters outside seem to think. That's what they've been informed by members of your church.
Well, that would appear to be a bit of a misunderstanding on their part, thinking that we give special treatment. Of course we do not. We are a church. We care for everybody.
Oh, so I can go outside and send them in and you'll be happy to attend to their needs?
If we have the means to. Like I said, there are many people in Coven Springs and we only have so many resources.
Okinos, go get them.
I'm on the way. Shimmy's in go mode.
So, Okinus, you go and attempt to escort the people in, I assume?
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Sure. As you bring them up, the old woman says, "Oh, so now you want to see us? You were so dismissive earlier." And the head priest goes, "Ma'am, as we have explained previously, we are out of healing abilities. We're out of healing resources. There's so many people we must deal with. There's just not enough for everybody."
And to the old woman, I'd like to say, the priest here has informed me that he doesn't accept donations for preferential treatment. He says that perhaps you misunderstood him.
And the priest goes, "Yes, of course. We have our church. We do not give preferential treatment. We just don't have enough resources."
I have a question about the crowd.
Uh-huh.
Are they just a mix of poorer people, or is it like people who don't contribute anything? Is it old people, really injured people,
So
or stuff like that, or is it seem like a good mix? Is there people who would potentially be high value workers or something in there or anything, or are they just...
currently it's not a crowd. There's 3 people.
Oh,
Total. There's the
I
old
did
woman.
a bad job this morning.
Yeah, maybe I didn't mention. I meant to imply that, but yeah, it's not a crowd right now. There's just 3 people with their signs who are protesting. So you brought in those 3 people. It seems like they all know each other, and they are elderly and very much dressed in a way that would imply that they are all from the slums.
Okay. So
I'd like
from
to
my...
ask... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just gonna say from that, my conclusion there is that the church is only healing people who are providing something.
Yeah, you have to pay for it. Typical church.
True.
My church literally used to say, "Oh, donate to us. We need to put a new roof on the building." Bruh, I've been going to that church my entire elementary school career. They never put a new roof on that building. I'd like to look at the other 2 people there and say, do both of you require healing as well or additional services?
They pretty much inform you that they are with the old woman. They just they're like, "Oh, we know that the church gives preferential treatment, and it will not stand. We struggle with food, but not to the degree that Matilda over here, her son is hurt and needs healing. We're here in support of her."
Alright, and I'd like to look at the church people and say, are there any services you provide that you aren't out of resources for currently? Or are you conveniently out of all resources?
Every weekend, we supply a buffet, a banquet for those who are in need to come and take a meal with them. We do everything we can, but again, for the amount of people there are and the space and limitations we have, as the priest kind of indicates to the yard in front of the church, which is in reference to this conversation, is hilariously small compared to the massive cathedral behind him. He goes, every weekend we offer the service. They, of course, are welcome to come. We have seen them before, and they will partake of the food as is available.
I'd like to stare at Matilda and say, is this correct?
One of the old guys says, he's not lying. They do provide food services on the weekend. But Gregory used to make sure that food was always available. Now it's available for 3 hours on the weekend. It's absurd. And the head priest in charge goes, again, with the rising populace, we can only provide so much. What used to be maintainable is no longer so.
How has the population increased so much that you used to go from providing food every day to only being able to provide it for 3 hours on a weekend?
He looks at you and very... not defensive, but kind of like looks down at you and says, if you know anything about the city of Coven Springs, the slums around the walls have increased exponentially within recent months and years. That population growth is the large majority of the people who need food services. It has just not been maintainable to provide the same services we used to every day of the week.
And do you know why this population is increasing?
I haven't the faintest idea. We do not deal with the populace and census data. We deal with the worship of our goddess Eldath.
But you don't even speak to the people in your community who are in need to know the reasons that they need these services or where they're coming from?
Well, they need these services because they do not have easy access to these services, whether they lack money or people or of resources of their own.
But you don't communicate with the people of your community.
We communicate with as many people as we possibly can in our limited numbers.
And you have absolutely no idea what these people are flocking to Coven Springs for?
Not even a little.
Do you have any knowledge of where we might be able to find Gregory and speak with him?
I believe Gregory left to make a new life somewhere else.
Where?
We haven't the faintest idea. That is his own personal business.
May we speak to the new bishop then?
I'm sorry. The Bishop Augustus is not here at the moment.
Where is he?
Again, he has his own official church business. We lowly priests are not necessarily privy to his location at all moments in time.
Is there someone not so lowly representing this church we're able to speak to?
Not at the moment, no. Perhaps if you return
incredible.
later this week, I believe Augustus might be here around then. Try next
Approximately
weekend.
when?
Is the bishop your highest official normally?
In the city, yes.
Oh, what's beyond that?
Well, if you would like to go further up the chain, you are of course welcome to. I will direct you to find...
I don't know much church stuff, I'm gonna be honest.
If you were to go to Lake Crest by the northern lake, then you would find the head temple of the Church of Eldath.
Girls' trip. Well, seeing as how there's no one important here to speak to, that seems that will be all.
Very well. We hope you have a very pleasant day.
And on the way out, under my breath, I'm just gonna mutter, "You're sorry, representatives of the goddess Eldath." She'd be embarrassed.
Damn.
Are you saying that so that they can hear it, or are you just saying it to yourself?
Absolutely. Oh no, I'm absolutely saying it so they can hear it.
Ah, okay.
It's a real Eldathian.
Yes, you can feel daggers being stared at you.
Would it be rude to just give them the finger on the way out? I won't do it. I won't do it. I'm civil, I swear. I just Really quickly, speaking to Matilda and the other two people, I know the other two say that they're in support of Matilda. I just want to ask them, like, what services they've sought out from the church, other than, like, the food and whatever, when...
So as you guys start leaving, the three people follow you, and the one of the elder men who talked to you and said that they were there for food indicates to his arm, which you see is missing, and he tells you,
Was he that hungry?
yeah, he tells you, when I lost my arm about a decade ago in a skirmish in one of the northeastern villages, and ever since then it's been very hard to find work. Coven Springs had a reputation for caring for the poor when I first moved here, and my main need was food, frankly. And so the church had been a very good resource for nutrition for me and my fellow, man, I'm forgetting all my words today. My fellow unfortunates. But it all stopped about 6 months ago.
And to the other person?
They kind of tell you the same thing. They were there for food and shelter.
Okay. And then I think I'll go to the Misty Step and talk to Alex. Maybe she has more info.
Sure. So, assuming everyone else is good to head back, as we get further into the evening of this misty, rainy day, you return to the Misty Step.
Yay.
As it goes with pretty much every night that you were here, it has gotten to be a popping place.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Popping place.
In the dig.
People are joyous and drinking. And as you enter, Alex is behind the bar and goes, "Ah! Our heroes! Welcome back. What can I do for you?"
I believe Valerian wanted to ask some questions to what's her name? The barkeep.
You're speaking with her.
Oh,
You're
was
speaking
it?
with Alex.
I thought it was a guy. Oh, then yeah, Valerian had some questions for you.
Yeah, you were speaking to Alex.
Oh.
Dumbass. We're just wondering if you have any information or knowledge or speculation or rumors, as are so often overheard in taverns, concerning the old Bishop Gregory.
Bishop Gregory. Yes. Well, about 6 months ago, he apparently resigned from his position as the bishop of the Coven Springs chapter of the Church of Eldath. It was very sudden. The people loved him. He loved the people. And then, poof, he was gone. And in his place, Augustus Wynn showed up. As for rumors about him, where he went, I've heard a few people, I've heard whispers that he went north to the mountains beneath, the Silver Peaks. I've heard that he returned to the Northern Lake. Nothing concrete.
Strange. You wouldn't think a churchman would go on a spiritual journey. Especially when with so much to do here. What do you know of the new bishop?
Not much, I'm afraid. The only things I do know is that the changes he has been making to the church are not exactly for the better. The church used to provide a really good service of helping those in need to prevent them from falling, too far down the pit of unfortunate circumstances, pit of misfortune. So they would sort of do their job to stop those who were falling from falling to hit rock bottom. Ever since the changes, the change in leadership, that apparently is gone. And so a lot more people who fall to the vile, call of gambling, alcoholism, drugs, theft, they keep falling. They end up losing their homes, and they end up moving to the slums. It's not quite a pandemic yet. It's not an epidemic of, people falling down beneath the line of poverty, but it is definitely a noticeable increase.
I'm gonna turn and talk to Velarine for a second. Or really the party. Oh. But I was thinking the replacement of the bishop seems to align with the werewolves no longer getting help as well.
Mm-hmm. I
So
agree.
I'm wondering if that was what happened. We could potentially go ask Lucius to see if he was working specifically with Gregory and if he has actually met Augustus. Or we could wait until tomorrow and ask him when we leave. Thoughts?
Yeah, we can just wait until tomorrow. If anything, I'd also like to go speak with, if there's, a mayor or something of the city. And see what they're doing to address all of this as well. Because my brain's telling me that the new bishop murdered the old one. And he's collecting donations and pocketing them. That's just what my brain's telling me, so...
There is not a mayor of sorts. The government of... There's not, there is a mayor. I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? A regent? Lord Regent of the city? There absolutely is. As for you getting in contact with him, forget about it. That's not something that,
But even if we go to, the secretary or something, just go into somewhere and yell at someone. Someone's bound to tell us off.
Yeah, so you know that the leadership of the city is in Castle Sin. That would be your best bet to trying to find a secretary or someone to talk to.
Okay.
Okay. What time is it now?
Terms of
7 p.m.,
Speaking-
8 p.m.
oh, nice.
Okay.
I don't want to be rude to Alex, but I also want to be hey, I just mean if you have leftovers at the end of the night kind of thing, is there a way we could set up a system where you can leave them outside for someone?
Well, actually, we do that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm
We do.
assuming it's a thing.
Unfortunately, we are but one tavern,
Yeah.
and we are able to help the people who live in this area, we don't have even nearly enough to deal with the slums.
Fair.
We do make sure to
Do
always
you-
provide at least clean water, though, to anyone who comes.
Oh, also our ship passage went well.
Ah, good. I'm glad to hear. I assume
might have burned
Johan was
her.
thrilled to hear about this adventure.
He's very excited to meet with you and discuss it.
I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'm sure
would
he
not-
is.
I would not request another favor for a minute.
Very, very long time.
Also, he may or may not. I can't remember, but he may or may not be looking for more
Well,
gold.
he can come to me if he wants more, and I'll deal with it.
Okay, cool.
And then I just wanted to ask about the recent insurgence of people in the slums. Has Alex noticed that as well? Or was that just the priests covering for their lack of services?
So she goes, I mean, like I said, ever since they stopped providing their, services to stop people from falling, there's certainly been an increase in the slums, but not huge. The slums have been pretty consistently sized. In fact, they've been shrinking for the past decade or so.
Interesting. Thank you very much.
How about the past 6 months? Has it been noticeably bigger?
Noticeable would not be the correct term. It certainly has, I would say more so it has slowed its decrease because of the lack of support for those poor individuals. But it has, I wouldn't quite say noticeable. It's noticeable to those who watch it closely, but if you were just walking by the city or traveling by, you wouldn't notice a significant increase or decrease.
Okay.
Has there been anything else over the 6 months that has happened in terms of the people of the city or, any other going-ons in the church or politics or the nobles or
No. So over the 6 months, the two main, I don't want to say world-shaking events, but in regards to this conversation, are the rise of the werewolf attacks, the Lycan attacks, and the church leadership change.
We're on it. We found it all. Interesting. I have no further questions.
Neither do I.
Very good. Then if you guys are staying for a drink, enjoy. And if not, I wish you best of luck on your future cargo endeavor.
All right. I
Thank
guess
you.
off to the lab.
Yeah,
Okay.
lab time.
Thank
lab
you, Alex.
time.
Good night.
Bye, Alex.
Of course, I'm sure I'll see you guys again relatively shortly.
I'll buy
Probably.
you a drink whenever you pay Johan off.
I mean, I have plenty of drinks, but I guess I'll accept it.
Woohoo!
So, you leave the Misty Step and you head back to the lab. As you get back to it, it's probably getting to be 9 o'clock. Decently, late into the night. And you can see that the lights in the lab are still on. As you enter it, you see Victor is huddled over his lab table and is very delicately pouring one vial into another, one beaker into another beaker. And Igor is looking at him and says some shit like, Master, careful. Pour. And then there's a flash of white and greenish smoke kind of shoots out. Right, so he goes, oh, well, it would appear that I messed up that one too. He puts it down, he turns around at you, and you can see his face is covered in green goop, basically. He goes, well, welcome back. How did your day go?
It was
Pretty
a day,
good.
that's for sure.
Oh, it was a day for sure. Yep.
Well, interesting. Have you figured out your Lycan problem?
It seems
News,
like we
updates,
found
blood? Anything for me? Information?
We found, let me finish. Old man.
Damn.
We've gotten passage secured for the werewolves. We just need to actually get it done, and then hopefully we'll have your blood secured by then.
Well, you managed to find Captain crazy enough to deal with Lycans. Impressive. Very impressive.
Indeed.
We've also heard about the ongoings of the church and the bishop.
Yes, I believe I heard about that. New bishop or something? Leadership change?
Indeed.
Yeah.
It seems to coincide with some other issues around the city.
Oh, do you think there's a connection or something?
Potentially.
Ah, interesting. Well, maybe there is. I will admit that I have not exactly kept up with the church issues. I am not one to attend church, as you may have guessed.
Victor Hoyd, the science guy.
Victor Hoy, that's me, the science guy. I do like my science.
Mm-hmm.
But through perhaps your research or adventuring, have you heard anything of, perhaps the new bishop or what may have happened with the old one, where he could have gone or anything?
Well, not much if I'm being honest. I think the only thing I remember hearing is that the new bishop, what's his name again?
Augustus.
Augustus Gould.
Yes, Augustus Wynn. I believe he just came out of nowhere one day. Whether he rose the ranks fast or who knows what, he just kind of appeared and took control. I believe I played a game of Rolling Bones with someone one time at the Misty Step, and in his drunken stupor, he shared that information with me. So is it reliable? I don't know.
Augustus, before becoming bishop, wasn't known to the city of Coven Springs?
As far as I know, no.
You don't say.
No, I did say. I just did.
Oh. I mean, to like him or not. So.
That was peak comedy, okay?
That was the funniest thing that's happened to me in like a month. You know how we mentioned the cure? Have you made any breakthroughs or had any, I guess, relevant info about that?
Well, I've done some consideration and some light research. I have some ideas. Frankly, to make any actual breakthroughs, it will require the alpha werewolf blood. But I don't see it as impossible to perhaps kind of recreate a spell in potion form. I have no idea if it will work. Essentially creating a potion of, greater curse removal. Will it work? I don't know. It's certainly possible, though. No way to tell until, either more research or if I could, learn anything about the spell, see it work. This is going to be a long process.
Okay. We'll just put him on that after we're done.
Sure, of course.
I have nothing else to say.
Me either. I'm good.
Well, very good then.
Bed. Victor, will you tuck me in?
What?
You want me to tuck you in?
Yeah, to bed.
I see.
Or Igor can do it.
No.
Oh.
I'm afraid we do not quite have that kind of relationship. This is a much more professional relationship.
I'll ask Igor, don't worry about it.
Well, Igor's an odd one. He might help.
Yeah. Okay, good night.
Yes, good night. Looks at you kind of like, all right, man, whatever. And he goes back over to his desk and starts shifting through notes and so on and so forth.
I'm gonna walk over to Igor.
I'm gonna start heading downstairs. I don't want to witness this. It makes me uncomfy.
Yeah.
Hey, Igor, will you come tuck us in?
Igor looks at you
Us?
and he's like, you want me to tuck you in?
Yes, Valerine first, though.
What? I don't want to
Well-
be tucked in.
Well, I mean, I suppose. I'm always pleased to serve.
All right, come on, let's go.
Very confused, he hops off of his chair, and Victor says, Igor, don't be too long. I still need you to copy down these notes. He goes,
won't take
yes, master, of course. So he follows you down to the lab, or the room, the quarters.
Okay, I'm gonna go to my room. I'm gonna hop in bed, but I'm not gonna put my blanket on or anything. I'm just gonna lift my arms up.
All right, hold on.
Literally, just like that.
Puck.
Tuck.
Puck.
So
Freedom.
as
Not
you
me. Not me. Him.
as you lay there, you can see that Igor looks very confused. He did indeed follow you, and he takes the blanket and puts it over you, and then he goes to like tuck it, but his hands go straight down, and with his automaton strength, you hear ripping and tearing as his hand like goes through the mattress, and the bed frame just like creaks and starts snapping as the boards on the one board at the bottom snaps. He goes, I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. And then he
That's
goes
okay.
to
You're doing it.
the other side of you and tries to tuck it beneath. And his hand, which is made of forged metal, scrapes against your arm, and you take 1 point of damage.
Oh, what the hell?
He rolled a natural 1 on performance for tucking you in.
Ah, I see. That makes a lot more
His
sense.
hands once again pierce through the blanket, through the mattress beneath you, and he breaks another plank on the bottom of the frame, and you can feel yourself just start like sagging in. And he goes, did I do it right?
Yep, you killed it. Awesome. Good night.
Hey, good night. And does anyone else want to be tucked in?
No, thank you. Good night, Igor.
Hey, yes, good night, good night. I look forward to breakfast tomorrow.
Yes.
And he leaves.
Can I come bunk with y'all?
Take Dread to bed. He doesn't need it.
Oh, fair. I'm gonna, like, walk over to Dred's bed, blood dripping down my arm.
As you lay down his bed, his balloon is like right above you, staring straight down.
Awesome.
That'll be your new sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah,
The Hat Man.
the hat.
Hat man.
His name's Dred.
So, you all get a long rest,
Yay.
and it is now the morning of no idea what day it is. Haven't determined that, but it is the morning, and you have about 24 hours until you are scheduled to meet Johan in the cave beneath Rat Crown Academy.
Didn't it be like 12 hours?
No, it's sorry, yeah. I was thinking like, yeah. So
like midnight?
once you wake up, it'll be
Yeah.
like 16 hours or something. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
14 hours. You have
We're
a day.
late sleepers. So for today, I guess we could go investigate Castle Sin.
I was gonna suggest also if we either go to wherever they print newspapers or the library and see if they have archives of old newspapers that may discuss the new bishop or the old bishop.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Library? If you need knowledge, go to the library.
The library.
Indeed. It's our favorite
Yes.
place.
Who's
Yes.
gonna rizz her up this time?
Nope. Nose
Okay,
goes.
Juan, it's your turn.
Riz
gonna
up the
go-
librarian. Hell yeah.
The library?
Library.
Library. Library.
So yeah, you all wake up,
Very
and
live.
Balloon Animal Silver Mist prepares a
Hide to my
delightful
wrist.
spread.
Oh,
Yep, she does her thing. Igor joins you, and you all enjoy a nice, strange elven breakfast.
Nom, nom, nom.
Yes.
Yum, 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 yum.
And then you head off to the library. As you enter, once again, it's still misty and it's still rainy. It's still a dreadfully dreary day. The very faint burning, light of the sun can be seen behind the cloud, but it's barely there. Very flat light over everything. Thunderstorms in the distance. And as you get to the library, the old woman that is there is once again behind the desk and goes, "Well, if it isn't our frequent visitors, you know the drill. Go ahead and sign in." And presents the book to you.
Finding it.
She goes, "So, what are you looking for today?"
As I'm signing in, I want to look up at her and go, "Darling, you look lovely as ever. Have you done something new with your hair today?"
Well, as a matter of fact, yes, I saw my hairdresser yesterday and we planned out this new do. It took a lot of effort, but I think it really brings out my eyes.
It
And
was
her
incredibly
eyes are just
worth it.
cataract covered behind thick Coke bottle, glasses.
Jesus.
And she,
You look simply marvelous.
well, I do look good for my age, don't I?
Would you be able to point us in the direction of your archived newsprints?
Ah, yes. So for the newsprints, you are going to go to N13.
Thank you.
It'll be on the second level.
Okay. I'm writing.
I'm gonna head over to N13.
Okay. So I realize that there has been no rolling in this session.
Nope.
Impressive.
I mean,
Talking.
Igor rolled.
Igor
That's
did roll.
true.
Igor rolled.
Poorly, might I add.
So why don't you all give me investigation rolls?
Investigation.
Dungeons and dice? Nah. Dungeons
We just LARPing.
Yeah.
We're doing investigation?
Investigation.
Does anyone want guidance?
So D20
Oh.
plus your investigation modifier.
Well, I got 5.
Oh
Nice.
I got
God.
6.
Oh my
Nice.
God. Wait, I haven't rolled yet. Now I'm scared. Where's my... What are we rolling? Investigation?
Investigation.
Swear to God, if I roll this other dice and I get like a 20 now.
got
I got a 20.
5.
You're fucking kidding me.
I got a 5 plus 3.
Nice.
I have an 8.
Sheesh. Okay.
Wait,
I spoke
we
the
all
truth
rolled
into
5 though,
existence.
right?
Yeah.
Pretty
I
much,
think
yeah.
Ash got a 3.
I got a 3 plus 2. So
Oh,
Nice.
a 5. Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Fuck.
So you guys go through the newspapers and it's ordered, but it's very easily identifiable with how it's ordered. And you just kind of skim through it. And there isn't much at all about the church. It seems that the leadership change was... There's like one mention of like... the church has a new leader. Everyone is super excited in seeing, where he goes with his leadership. And that's it. Doesn't mention a name or anything. It just says the church is getting a new leader.
I spelled
Okay.
church with an H first. The
we're
Hurt?
bad
Church.
investigators.
Yeah.
A church.
Do you think the library has some kind of like religious archive or something? Or would that actually probably be in the church itself?
What are you looking for specifically? Just
Just, like,
like
Old
Up-
records or anything?
but Oh, like specific to this church?
Yeah.
Okay. You'd have to ask.
Oh, Valerine,
What, me?
can you go like riz her up some more?
Okay, I'll go to the librarian. And I say, oh, I just couldn't keep myself away from your company.
Oh, just
I
like
find
the
myself-
men these days.
I find myself needing your assistance once again.
Yes, what are you looking for, dearie?
Would you have any archives or information from the church, perhaps?
I'm afraid not, actually. Private businesses usually do not leave their archives with our public library, unfortunately.
Thank you kindly, anyways.
Of course.
And I relay that information with the group. We are SOL.
Yeah, I think we might have
What the
rolled our way
fuck?
down to no knowledge.
Nice. Alright.
So what's the plan now?
We can go to the Coven Springs equivalent of City Hall.
Does Castle Sin?
Yep,
Sort of.
let's go get ourselves kicked out of a castle.
Hell yeah.
Sounds
So-
like a book chapter. Chapter name. I got myself kicked out of a castle.
Actually. Yeah, so after an unsuccessful scrounging of the library, you head over to, or you make your way over to the High Tower area and approach Castle Sin. And with that, I think we're going to end there for the night and pick this up next time.
Yogi.
Castle Sin.
Castle Sin.
Castle Sin.
And and after that, perhaps the issue of where and there the wolves are gonna be will be solved.
Like them or not, they're
Like them or not. Like them or not.
like
That was
them.
my
Like-
favorite thing.
Like 'em. Like 'em.